This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home.
We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Big mistake. Cause we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome down to another episode of Livewire with yours truly, Courdel Jones. Happy to be here with you this morning. It's the 13th of February, 2024, and we're making our way down to Matrimony 2024. I'm hoping all you guys in the diaspora have plans to come home and celebrate with us and witness some of the transformation that's happening in and around Guyana, the massive transformation that is happening. Morning to all the persons tuned in on the live already. Thank you so much for the support. Really happy that you guys are here. To Core Bridgelal, Derek Drupal, Joan Abidjan, Michael Captain, Vina Ramkaran, Ronald Shivdial, Prasad, sorry. Leroy Mangal, Tulsiram Chetty, Sherwin Siram, Vikram Patrick, Eddie Prasad, Krista Kaur Prasad, Pam Singh, Umar Sharif, Chitra Sokraj, Soma Bipath, Dionan Suku, Lash PA, morning to you, brother. Hope all is well. Lash, I see them generators getting installed, buddy, but we're going on. I see people still complaining about some blackouts. Like you got like you got bring in another set. Like you got bring in another set. Morning to everybody. Morning to everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Santiago, morning to you. Eddie Prasad joining us from NYC. Asif Hamad, Eddie Ramnat, Rennie Prasad, Leonard Cornelius, Gil Eon. Like people forget us be live in the morning. Billy Cisnerain, morning to you. Feroz Wahid, Desiree, morning to you. Eunice Ragobir, special good morning to you. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. VJ Lacho, Savita Sukraj, Gita Prasad. Gita, did you hold a meeting with Gitas to discuss how they taking in certain things in the system? They gotta be careful. Rue, morning to you. Veer Badar, morning to you. Mohammed, Tracy Martindale, Gita Prasad, morning, 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 morning. Sandy Mangar, morning to you. Ah, boy. So many names, so many names. Special morning to Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore. Special good morning to you. Prasad Patti, morning to you. Kishore, morning to you. Randolph Khan, Richard Cornelius, Carla Thomas, morning to you. Derek Joseph, morning to you. Keith Benjamin, Roger Fong, joining us from Toronto. Sally Jones in the building. Whew. Diane, morning to you. Datanandalal. Soma says, shh. Ronnie Singh, David War, morning, morning. Morning to everybody. Look, listen, the opposition never ceases to amaze us. You hear me? The opposition never ceases to amaze, or they do not disappoint us when we want something to be jovial about in this country. You understand? Now, I know y'all hearing about one protest going on involving our teachers, right? Y'all hear and know of an illegal protest, right? An illegal protest that the GTU has suckered the teachers into. But guess what? Y'all, guess what? They got another protest that y'all didn't hear about, right? There's another protest happening in the capital city that y'all didn't hear about. I didn't even know. Somebody sent me some pictures. I said, what? I didn't know this going on in this country. I thought it's teachers alone running amok in the place. Well, some teachers, not all. Right? But y'all look at this. Look at this. But you know, the funny thing is the hiding the face. Hiding the face, right? The hiding the face. But at the end of the day, right? We understand why they're there. These gotta be PNC members. And this here is outside the Congress place. You understand the continuation? I don't know if that's the Eastern Highway continuing going to Prashad Nagar, Campbellville, that area there, going down that end. But Norton, stop squatting in Democratic office. The people don't want you there. The PNC people protesting you out there. You understand me? Both you and your sons, they don't want you there. And that is why I said Aubrey Norton needs to be careful. Because again, just like I played for y'all yesterday, I'll play it again. Y'all listen very closely.
If one woman, Coretta McDonald, could cause 16,000 teachers to down tools, plus get the ministry officials running wild, then Coretta McDonald could form her own political party, and I'm sure that I'll have 5 or 6 seats. You know?
You understand what's going on? Y'all understand what's going on? Y'all remember there was a video where Aubrey Norton said unequivocally, I will be the presidential candidate at the next election. Aubrey, you don't even know how long more you have in this party. Coretta talking about forming your own party. Royce Dale planning to challenge you. Gary Best planning to challenge you. And mind you, the anniversary of the death of Jude Bentley. With this man, let me check the date. But anyway, the anniversary is coming up, or it was yesterday or something around that. I saw somebody made a post, right? And Gary Best still running around this place. Instead, he find a hole to bury his head in and hide. And that is the people who want to get elected to office. Gary Best, after leaving a place, after imbibing, mowed down a national cyclist of this country. You understand? And use technicalities, calibration of breathalyzer, and all kind of thing. Fancy lawyer, the lawyer with the lawyer who introduced the fancy maths into the no confidence motion and then disappear. He took that lawyer and got off. And Guyana now is deprived of a national cyclist where he could have been winning medals to this country or training the next generation of cyclists coming up. We have been deprived of that because of Gary Best. However, the courts decide that the situation, whether they label it as, Gary Best deprived us of a national cyclist that could have imparted knowledge on younger cyclists to better themselves in the discipline. You understand me? These people have no shame. And Gary Best got the gall to take himself to this teacher's protest. Gary Best should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself to even think about participating in teacher protests. I see Shonette Daniels, or the Island Gas lady daughter. They're coming out one by one, and it's moving away from teachers into a PNC protest. And do not forget, this is what Aubrey Norton said would happen. This is what Aubrey Norton said would happen since late last year, or the last rally they had at Burnham Court that they fixed. The last rally they had at Burnham Court, Aubrey Norton made it clear that this year they're taking things to a new level. You understand? And their aim is to disrupt. Their aim is to disrupt. I don't believe I can download this damn thing. I really lapse it. But their aim is to disrupt the peace and progress that's happening in this country. That's all they're concerned about. So let's look past the lies told by Coretta McDonald. First of all, I ain't taking no MP salary. I'm surviving as a teacher. I am with these teachers. Me and these teachers are one. Blasted lie. Right? Then let me look at the next lie told by Coretta McDonald. We have corporate sponsors. We have corporate sponsors. We don't care if the government got the money. We got corporate sponsors. What happened now? What happened now? Now y'all upset because the government issued a document stating persons who didn't come to work wouldn't get paid? How you don't understand? That's not rocket science. Any business person that got staff and they show up to work, they ain't paying them. They're not paying. We're not paying. We're not paying. That is it. Nonsense. Nonsense. And now Coretta McDonald backpedaling, but they're going to go to court and they're going to legal process. And what about the process of the negotiations that were ongoing? What about the process? The day before you started to strike, you met with the Ministry of Education and you had a date to meet again. I think it is the 21st of February. Set a date for the next meeting. So it's not a case where you meet with the Ministry of Education the day before you start striking and you say, no, what? Ministry of Education, frig this, we gone. We vex, we ain't coming back. You agree to another date to come back to the negotiating table. As a matter of fact, let me play this video because Minister Manikchan spoke to this on Edu FM.
Outside of all the noise, I will say this.
Whoops.
Outside of all the noise, I will say this with every ounce of my being. Mm-hmm. Teachers are treasured by me. I think they're precious. They are a resource that we cannot in any way undervalue. And if you follow what I have done and what the ministry has done in the last 3 years, you will see that recorded in all our actions. Almost everything, every resource that is added, we look at not only the benefit to children, but how does this benefit teachers. You'll see us fulfilling, the union asked us for 41 things. We've done 25 of those, 60% of what they asked for. We ourselves, of our own volition, without any prompting, took 28 other actions that are, beneficial to teachers, both professionally as well as personally in their financial lives. And the president has been very clear that he is committed to making sure all of Guyana rises up on this tide. That is our new Guyana. And he's particularly committed. Yesterday he was very clear that teachers' lives will get better, that teachers' salaries will improve, that teachers' conditions will improve. This is stuff he's looking at. But so I'm not in any way, like I said, I ask people to judge us on our record. It's easy to get carried away, and I know how that happens in crowds and chants and so on. I understand all of that. I don't take any of it personally. But look at our record. Look at what we've done. Look at how much we've tried. Look at the things we've done. I was very pleased. I saw the president of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, saying that the minister and the ministry have done remarkable work for teachers over the last couple of years. And he was actually cheering physically when he said that, clapping his hands.
I applaud the effort of the Ministry of Education. I applaud the Minister. I applaud the Chief Education Officer for the way you have tried.
If you were to objectively look at it, that you'll see like a lot has been done. We're really, really trying.
So that was Minister Manik Chan, right? That was Minister Manik Chan speaking to this issue relating to teachers. And at the end of the day, what teachers need to realize is that people like Coretta McDonald don't have their best interests at heart. Where are the corporate sponsors, Coretta? Where are the corporate sponsors? The teachers have only been out of school about a week. Where are the corporate sponsors? They're not taking up their corporate responsibility. Right? Now imagine, Coretta, some of y'all teachers stayed home for a week and you can't find the corporate sponsors to pay. What if this goes for the whole month of March? And you got a whole month's salary to pay for all them striking teachers? I hope you could find the $2 billion that y'all collect and can't account for. I'm hoping that you have access to that. I'm hoping that those teachers can go to Mr. Light supermarket and collect ration. I'm hoping that those teachers will get a drop from Coretta in the Lexus to go to them same lessons that they're teaching in the afternoon now. Right? So imagine teachers staying away from school during the day when the children, that time is allotted for learning, to go out and strike, but then go home in the afternoon for those same children and parents to find money to go and pay them now to have lessons so that the children drop back. Who got the interest in this country and the future of this country at heart? How could you say you have the interest of this country at heart when that is the line that you are taking? How? And I see our M. Singh saying Coretta on some live trolling Minister Manik Chan. Listen, there's no, here, Coretta can't troll nobody. Right? Coretta can't troll anybody. As I told you, if Coretta speaking anything about weight, Coretta should be looking for a gym partner. Right? Because if she's noticing the splinter in Minister Manik Chan's eye, she's overlooking that plank sticking out of hers. That's the first thing. The second thing, Minister Manik Chan don't have time for foolishness. You understand? She has a mandate to advance education in this nation. And that is what she's doing, right? So instead of bothering with foolishness and stupid people like Coretta McDonald, you have a minister who is going around the country ensuring that you have facilities. So these teachers, so that whenever they come off the road, they got places to go and teach that are comfortable, that are better than what they have grown accustomed to. You understand? And that shows a minister who has her priorities in order, that is not distracted by the noise created by Ashuria and those who decide to follow her. You understand? And the sad part about it is that the GTU's case is so weak that they cannot even come to their teachers with the truth, right? The GTU has to continue to try to mislead and misinform teachers, and in some cases, outright lies. Now look at this post that was made in the Central East Bank group. I'm thinking this is for teachers. Now, a message here is sent that says, at a closed-door meeting with Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo, Minister of Education said, give teachers another week, and when they learn who's in charge of them, one by one, they will go back to their classrooms. She said she is a lawyer by profession, and this is a case she will win. Now, think about it, people. Think about it. They didn't know she was a lawyer when she buy the handbag, but now she winning case. She gonna win case. Right? Now she gonna win case. And this is a closed door meeting. So how this person reach in there? They at a high level, them man. What's going on? But this is the kind of deception that the GTU is using to try and get teachers riled up. You understand? That singing one the other day, who sing over hit and run. Man, listen, I hope when hunger hit you and got you running, you find yourself back at school to earn your pay. To earn your pay. Imagine close to 3 months vacation annual outside the annual vacation. You hear what I'm telling you? Outside of their annual vacation, teachers get 3 months of the year at home with salary. There is no other public servant, well, other than private school teachers, they ain't public servants. There's no other employee in this country other than teachers that have that leeway there. Right? Firemen in stressed out whole year. Police in stressed out whole year. Regular public servants working in the ministry, they in stressed out whole year. You don't think they want 3 months off with pay? Right? So you working 9 months out of the year and still getting a whole year salary. You understand? You working 9 months out of the year and still getting a whole year's salary, and got the gall to play. You protesting in front of place and run prayer, run teach. Why she must run? Why she must run? The ministry provided with a vehicle, she will drive away from y'all. Unless you got V8 power in your legs, she will drive it. Only person could keep up with prayer if she drive away is correct in the Lexus. And it's gonna be hard because the ministry vehicle engine bigger. Right? It's gonna be hard. So Minister Mancha have no reason to run anywhere. And all this helter-skelter that Coretta McDonald talking about, here, the only thing that look helter-skelter is them protest that was happening on Brick Dam. You understand? That is the only Oh, scrap, I now seeing this by. Let me bring this to y'all here. Now, apparently somebody asked Marklight about this money. And Marklight running. So reporters brackle Marklight people. You could imagine. It's in the Guyana Chronicle. Y'all can check it out. Y'all can check it out. Now, it is important to highlight the importance of financial transparency and accountability within organizations, especially those representing large groups such as the Guyana Teachers Union, right? And we must address the concerns raised by the Auditor General's Office regarding the lack of financial statements submitted by the GTU over 3 decades. Now, it's a matter of public trust and perception. The impact of these revelations on the public's trust and perception of the GTU, particularly among teachers and other stakeholders who rely on the union for representation and support. And it must be emphasized the need for the GTU to address these concerns transparently to regain trust and credibility. That's something that has been thrown out of the window 35 years ago, right? Now, the GTU President Marklight responded to some questions regarding financial accountability of the GTU. And his attempt or his response received a lot of critics because of his attempt to deflect criticism by comparing the union to the past, to places of worship and social organizations. So Marklight is saying, right, that social organizations and churches don't submit this information. Marklight, you're not running a church. Marklight, you are not running a social organization. You're running a trade union. And the trade union got an act that governs it. And that act has requirements. So how are you comparing yourself with other organizations that don't have the same responsibilities as you, that are not required to do the same things as you? You're in a whole different league. Now let's discuss the legal obligations here. Now, the legal obligations outlined in the Trade Union Act regarding submissions of financial statements and annual returns by the registered union include potential penalties for non-compliance. It must be highlighted the importance of adhering to regulations to maintain the integrity of trade unions and ensure proper governance. So you ain't even governing right at the union level. Will you form a party for Coretta to do what? To derail this country? Probably worse than the PNC could ever do. Now, this has an impact on members. Consider the potential impact of lack of financial accountability on GTU members, particularly in terms of how their dues are being managed and whether their interests are being adequately represented. Now, as you know, the government has ceased to deduct GTU dues from the salaries of teachers, right? And I can understand that because there's a serious lack of accountability. So the government doesn't want to be involved in the collection of hundreds of millions of dollars and nobody knows where it goes. Nobody knows what it's spent on, right? Now, the context of the GTU's countrywide strike action and the government's characterization of it as illegal due to ongoing negotiations with the Ministry of Education is understandable. Now, there are implications in relation to this strike. And people must take a broader look at it. Outside of financial accountability of the union and the welfare of teachers, the students, Guyana's future, Guyana next president right now, in school and probably not getting any attention. So I am urging the teachers, I'm urging the general public to call for greater transparency and reform within the GTU. That is what is needed. And I dare say that we look at some of these other trade unions to ensure proper governance, financial accountability, and effective representation of members' interests. It is time that these members of the union understand the importance of holding union leadership accountable and implement measures to prevent any kind of future instances of the GTU's financial mismanagement and unaccountability from happening in the future. So how is Marklight able to deflect when you have so many things going on wrong within your house? Where is the $2 billion, Mark? Pay the teachers from that. Where is the $2 billion? Correct on every trip she could find. Is this what the GTU money going to? So correct could go Kaichur and Lake Mainstay and buy Lexus and Talale in the parliament. And again, who is the regulatory body that looking over these trade unions? Where is the regulatory body? Anyway, it's a sad situation with these with Coretta and how she has these teachers wasting time on the road. Now, we got an update yesterday in relation to these special housing loans that the government is trying to work out for teachers, right? Now, the government's commitment to improving the lives of teachers through various interventions such as special housing loans, salary adjustments, upskilling incentives, and duty-free concessions, just to name a few. Now, there are ongoing negotiations with banks to provide low-interest housing loans specifically tailored for teachers, demonstrating the kind of support and recognition for their role in society. It is important to emphasize that education and professional development for teachers I should say the government has been pushing for upgrading of education and professional development of teachers with the provision of scholarships, higher salaries for those who are pursuing further qualifications. So you heard the president mention that hinterland allowances were increased. Teachers who obtain degrees and masters, they get an extra bit of money on their salary for upgrading themselves. But you're not going to hear that from Coretta or Marklight or some teachers out there currently, especially the worries in Essequibo about people trying to jam his life. Nobody cares about your life, sir. I must point out the various measures taken to enhance working conditions for teachers, such as the removal of administrative burdens, provision of curriculum documents, and the adjustment to lesson planning requirements. Now, in terms of addressing the union's concerns, the Guyana Teachers Union and the government have been working overtime to come to some agreement in relation to increases to teachers and incentives to teachers, right? And I must reaffirm the government's stance on prioritizing the welfare while addressing issues of accountability and political manipulation. The GTU should have no sort of political, what's the word? No form of political interference should be involved in the GTU. This should be a neutral body that persons from any political party can join, you understand, and receive proper representation. Now, I must stress the need for patience and understanding as these interventions are implemented gradually with the ultimate goal of providing long-term benefits for teachers and the education system as a whole. And I must add that the president, his cabinet, are not just looking at the interests of teachers and public servants. They are trying to advance and create a good life, unlike what the coalition government promised and couldn't deliver for all Guyanese. So realistically, when you look at any government ministry, there are tons of things that you can see that are being advanced, right? Agriculture, diversifications of crop and livestock, assistance to farmers and fishermen, and persons with small crops and those kinds of things. If you look at healthcare, addition of hospitals, health centers, training of nurses. You understand? When you look at education, training of teachers, increase of salary, negotiating with banks so that teachers could get a special loan to ensure that they have housing, cash grant for students, school supply grant for teachers. Let us be realistic. When you look at infrastructure, whether it be in education, wherever sector, infrastructure is the landscape of Guyana has transformed. We don't have 4-story and 5-story buildings anymore. Guyana is now creating a skyline, right? Look at the international hotels that are coming here. Y'all remember when Marriott was supposed to be a white elephant? Y'all remember when Marriott was supposed to be like Durban Park? Y'all remember? And when the coalition government came into power, soon as you miss them, Marriott. Soon as you miss them, they in Marriott. Spend up a certain money at Marriott. You understand? Y'all remember when the National Stadium was supposed to be a white elephant? Who we building there for? We ain't got nobody coming here, nothing ain't going on. But that is when you are visionless and you're unable to look into the future and see what the potentials are and put systems in place so that you can benefit from whatever is coming in the future. Now, if we did not have the National Stadium, right? Look at the trickle down. Because remember, the opposition said trickle down economics don't work. The only people at the top gaining, blah, 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 blah. Right? Look at the cricket carnival alone. Now, if that stadium wasn't built, think about it. We will keep the cricket border. Huh? We will keep the cricket at border ground in Regent Street in the heart of the city. We would go on there. Look at the seating capacity. You understand? Outside of the cricket, outside of the big hotels, a lot of places are doing Airbnb services now. So Guyanese at the lowest levels benefited. All them people from around the Caribbean who come in to represent the teams and support their teams at Cricket Carnival. You think they taking part in local tours, eating local food, going by the egg ball stand and buying egg ball and them kind of thing? Do you think them things happening? So the people at the lowest level, street corner vendors and them people, all them people who's there outside the National Stadium selling flag and blow and all kind of thing. You think if we had Cricket Carnival, that would have been an opportunity for them to make money? The drinks company selling drinks, people selling food on the road, the taxi man getting work, the bus man getting work, the transport services getting work. Look at the spin-offs from the one national stadium. Dr. Granger could have go and get inaugurated there. Is inaugurated or was he born there? No, it wasn't inauguration. Something that at the stadium for Granger, man. You drive up the Lexus on the field, all kind of thing. I been there. Working in the media still. If we did have a national stadium, where would it go and do that Granger on Congress Place lawn that you can't maintain since you come out to power? That's what people need to realize. These people were there and they left us with not even a Guinness face in we mouth. We feel like we been drinking Campari. You understand? Bitter. The coalition government gave us glasses of Campari to drink. No ice, no chaser. That's how serious they were serious. So that taste is still in people's mouth. Some of us would have enjoyed the sweet under the coalition because unlike or like what they're trying to put on the People's Progressive Party now, they have exhibited clear indications of friends, family, and favorites. You understand? Y'all notice Ganesh Mahipal couldn't get the minister to retract the statement about him going on, I think, just after the elections, after the president swear in, the day after the president swear in, and get a house lot right away. Y'all realize he could not get the speaker to make the minister take back the statement. You know why? Because it's true. All of you who are sitting on the housing list waiting on house lot, Ganesh Mahipal give y'all a long middle finger and jump the line. That's what y'all need to remember. And for educational purposes, he jumped the line to go in a scheme that was what is called it? A scheme that was created by the PPP. So there isn't no scheme in this country between 2015 and 2020 that get open up to prepare for housing. Nothing. You understand? Nothing. So he go and jump in a scheme that the PPP built. So Ganesh, like my cousin in Linden, should say thank you. Whilst it's the government job, the governments that would go in there and not do it. So that is why I'm saying he should say thank you. Because his government went in there and not in any region of this country create a new housing scheme, build a new secondary school, nothing. Not one secondary school in 5 years, people. And I'm pretty sure you'd have heard the minister talk about there was a need for 7,000 seats in the secondary school system. You understand? So even they didn't even have the sense to see, well, oh, the PVP built a set of housing schemes, people moving out of town, living further away from the capital city and central points in the regions. Let me build some schools so that people could stay in their area and be educated. Trouble. So again, I remind you, the PNC will not come to you to say, look what we did here. Look how many people is benefiting still. Look at this initiative from us. This is what we put forward. This is our plan. This is our policy, and we implemented it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. They have nothing to show you. Nothing to show you. Right? They might got a big greenhouse in Friendship and a Lexus that belonged to the government of Guyana. That they could probably show you that. They could show you all those destitute and homeless people at Durban Park. That they could show you. They could probably take you and show you a drug band that you could lube up yourself properly and slide across the floor into some boxes of condoms so you don't hit the wall hard. So you could go in the drug band there and, talali. That is what they can show you. Those are the things that they can show you. They could show you an unsolicited bid, not even a bid, an unsolicited, oh my gosh. They could show you that David Patterson carry a proposal to build a bridge to the cabinet that they didn't ask him for a 3-lane bridge, linking Region 3 and Region 4. They could show you that. They could show you receipts of bangles, bed sheets, and bracelets bought for the Guyanese hypocrite and the pistolero, respectively. They could show you that David Patterson take the Guyana Harbor Bridge money to go on some trip, and up to now we don't know if he give it back. They could show you that the opposition raised the salary of MPs and government officials, which were already higher than all the public servants. You understand? They could show you that. And they can show you that they had no apologies to give to anybody. None whatsoever. They could show you that Noel Holder was a complete waste and useless in the agricultural sector and will be remembered for nothing. Noel Holder. They could show you that Cathy Hughes, as the Minister of Telecommunications, gave her own company contracts and signed check for them. That is the things that they can show you. They can show you that Vala Lawrence said straight up, only PNC people getting work. They can show you that. They can show you that their finance minister didn't even know about the signing bonus that turned into a gift, that turned into the money to go to the ICJ. Those are the things you will see from the coalition. Thank you, Richard Stanislas. They can show you Russians that don't exist in this country. That's the foolishness. And then got teachers out on the road wasting time to get more people like y'all. More people. They can show you bad maths. Christina. They can show you bad maths, Sherwin Holder. You understand me? Those are the things that you can expect from the coalition government. They can show you Sherrod Duncan spending all the Chronicle money to buy cheer set. And all of them got a dirty story from the last government. All of them. And even some of them fresh ones who had no say in the last government should be ashamed to play to go into the National Assembly to represent anybody. You understand? Should be ashamed to play to go into the National Assembly to represent anyone. Jarita Finance did nothing for Bartica. Don Hastings, according to what people have been telling me, a lot of people, not just 1, 2, or 3, can't go to she village. They don't want to see she get banned. Can't go home. Don Hastings. Can't go in Congress place the other day. Can't go to she village. They don't want to see she. Nobody like she. I don't know why. They got to tell me. They have to tell us. I don't know. You understand? So that is how dark it is over there. And that's what we need to remember. Some of these people who currently are in the opposition. Some of these people who Guyanese elect to be in the opposition should take several seats, probably all the seats in the Artichon Conference Center. That's what they need to do. Sit down. Sit down. Kemraj Ramjatan, oh my God. People like them, not an ounce of shame. Not an ounce of shame. Right? Y'all remember when Kemraj was in Parliament? No, they want us to pump more. They want us to pump more because their supporters up there. And then Kemraj playing, he going to represent sugar workers' rights. Some of y'all for real? And this was upset me sometimes with Guyanese itself. Y'all see what these people do to you. Right? Put aside what these people do to you. Y'all heard all the allegations made about the Barjagio presidency, Donald Ramotar presidency, whoever, any PPP presidency before President Irfanadi. You heard all the allegations, all of them, all. Pradoville 2, all kind of thing you hear, all kind of thing. Friends, family, favorite, death squad, all kind of thing you hear. All kinds of stuff you heard. You understand me? And that's why I had to abuse that one Cuthbert Melville the other day, talking about killings and this and that. Why the coalition government, who had all the evidence and they know all this information and they got all of this, not a bloody well soul ain't go to jail for nothing. Not a soul. I mean, if I was the opposition that come into government and I'm making all these allegations, I would have at least tried to prove one or two, take back somebody land or something. But guess what? All of it is done above board. You understand? And despite Stabrook News debunking that 400 Afro-Guyanese being killed in this country story, people still hold on to it. Still, the papers list the names. You understand me? Indo-Guyanese, police who get killed by criminals, criminals who get killed by police. And all of it is the PPP. The PPP killed them out. The PPP. And not one case solved, not one house. Mind you, you know who's living in Pradoville? Gary Best. Gary Best. Look, that's the ignorance of these people, buddy. That's the ignorance of these people. Gary Best is living one of them Pradoville. And they played it talking about friends and family. So it was friends and family. How Gary Best reaching there? How Gary Best reaching there? After Gary Best knocked down Jude and Kelly, that's what Gary Best go home and sleep. Pradoville. Pradoville. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm reminding y'all that the opposition, the coalition, the PNC, the APFU, AFC, People's Movement, wherever, a bunch of worries. Right? A bunch of worries, and they have nothing to offer the Guyanese people of substance. Y'all realize that every time Guyana has an embarrassing moment on the international scene, you see who is in charge? Every time that Guyana is embarrassed internationally, or we make international news and we shame, there's always one set of people that's wrong. You understand? So even with Jim Jones, you understand me? Even when Jim Jones was here, guess under who tenure? Guess who get Jim Jones land in this country or go and build commune and poison out all them people? We are known internationally for that. We are known internationally for elections rigging, and I ain't talking recently. There's a documentary online, I watch it, where at some election they had overseas voting and all kind of madness. And the BBC went to these places where these alleged Guyanese voted for Burnham. You understand me? And half, not even half, but 90% of the persons that they allege voted, the people went to the house, they remember on the voting list and got where you're living. So they could come and find you. When the news crew go, the white people who live in there said, no, never. No one of that name ever lived here. There was in England. Nobody living there. And they went and they checked quite a few. You understand me? Embarrass us internationally. Then Baps, there was a lull because we the shame bad. We the shame bad. PVP come in and they start to build up Guyana. Build up. And like I tell you, any transformation that you could significant is the PVP. Housing scheme, highway, airport, wherever it is. Whatever it is. No, the PVP come in and trying to build back up Guyana. Build it up. Then Babs, 2015 come. Shame, we shame again. Shame, we shame again. So with all the technology that's available to these people do the ghetto asses, a ghetto rigging in this technological age where everybody phone broadcasting live. What's going on? A set of senior police now turn farmer because of their complacency during that period. One set of senior police, they're farming now. You understand me? Y'all remember the testimony of the former commissioner of police at the COI into the elections? As a former commissioner, look, my thing is, if you're going to do things and you're going to defend it, you got to defend it with sense. Think about your defense. And it's not like the commissioner inquiry happened the day after the elections fiasco. You had time to think. And as a commissioner of police, I am ashamed of you, Mr. Leslie James, for your testimony at the COI. I did before you lie, that you talk that foolishness that you talk. Because for a commissioner of police who was so uninformed, you have superintendency over the law enforcement body of this country, and you are so uninformed about what was going on and took no action when the head of a constitutional agency turned to you during the national elections and said to you, I am in fear for my life. And you took no action. Look, it's 9 o'clock and I'm getting worked up. I plan not to get worked up this year. But the idiocy that you see coming out of certain quarters in this country, you understand? It is perplexing. You understand me? Can't understand it. I can't. However, I do know that there's Guyanese out there who have better sense. So talk to the people on the road and all y'all teachers who play y'all protesting. Not a cent for them days that y'all protest. Not a cent. If y'all work before, you get paid. But once you protesting, right now, once you are protesting, please have a seat. Please have a seat and collect your short pay. Anyway, guys, that's all the time I got for today. It was wonderful being here with you. Remember to be good Guyanese out there. Remember your brothers and sisters. And I ain't talking about those that related to your Guyanese brothers and sisters. Right? Remember, we are one Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. And all in all, one Guyana. right? Aubrey, please be careful. Please be careful. They are coming for you. Corrector, Gary Best, Royce Dale, they are coming for you. They're taking your spot. They don't want you as the president. You don't even make sense as opposition leader, Chuck. So that is, they're coming for you, brother. Please be on your guard. I'm worried. At least they should give you a chance to run and lose at the next election. You understand? They should give you the opportunity. Anyway, guys, until tomorrow, peace, love, one Guyana.
Not